I appreciate y'all for hopping on. We have our very first guest of the Real Estate Coaching Collective doing a solo session. So thank you, Jim, for being our first guest.
Well, I feel honored.
Yeah, Jim is very active in lots of different real estate communities. For those who don't know Jim is a realtor in residence at Wailopo. I've known Jim for several years now, him and his wife, Lori. I don't know if that was the first time we met in person back, or was it at Tom Ferry was the first time we met
Tom
in person?
Tom Ferry Summit is when we first met in person.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
awesome.
We had lunch together. That was great.
Yep. Yeah. So realtor in residence at Wailopo, you're in North Carolina.
I am. Raleigh.
And yep, Raleigh, North Carolina. Oh, I'm multitasking, letting people in. Sorry, getting distracted.
Yeah, no worries, you're good.
And today's session is all about converting more leads with listing texts. And you're doing that by taking time to personally send property search links via text.
Yep.
And you've been able to boost response rates and have stronger client relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. That's worked out really well. I'd love to go through it with you all. We use. Thank you, Ryan. You're
awesome, buddy. Keep going.
Thank you.
Yeah, I see Jim all the time doing lots of different teaching sessions. He's awesome.
I try. Just love it. You get what you give, right? So give and help people. We're all realtors. We just sometimes stumbled and reaching out and follow up. And in Wailopo, Chris Ferris, I think, who was on, I saw him on the call here, and of course Matt Croteau. We're all coaches, and we coach people. Between all of us, and Chris kind of instigated this push listing technique. And if you give him full credit, he did this really great study with Zillow, where he joined Zillow actually as a client, and he did. He's big on stats and taking notes. He's like, I want to see how Zillow markets to me, and how it's the number one real estate website in the world. We all know that. And so, how does Zillow market to you? They push listings on you. Now I know if depending on what service you're using, or if you're not using a service, maybe you're just using your MLS for searches, and those are all those searches are going out as emails, and that's great for a lot of people. And a lot of people open those emails up, and a lot of people don't, right? So, but it's pretty statistically proven that about 95% of people read their text messages, and mostly will click on the link if it's from a known source. And if you send a text message branded to you, it creates a lot of engagement. So for me, it's worked. I know it's worked for Chris, for Matt and his team, and others who we've shown how to do this. So we're here really kind of just to share that with everybody. And these are, it's not that this is a set way of doing it. It's idea starters for you, show you some tips and tricks, and use what you like, take away, make it your own, right?
Yeah, awesome. I just realized it randomly says this is canceled, but it's not canceled, obviously. So sorry. I guess I used a random old Google Meet link, but I don't know how that happened. But thank you for joining anyway, even if it's canceled.
It's all good. Yeah, it's and I'm going to share my screen and kind of go into what we do. And let's see. I'm a Zoom user, so bear with me. I want to do an entire screen. This is what I really want. Share, and I'm going to. This is my follow-up. Wants to allow this time. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so push listings. I'm going to show you simple push listing. What I have done, and what we all collectively done is gone into people. Let's go into a person. Tell us, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Custom field. We've created a custom field called search link, and that search link is right there. It is their listing alert search that they get, whether it's on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. A search that we've created. This search happens to be a Wailopo link. You may use Real Scout. You may use Fellow. You may just use your MLS. You can put that search link in there from anywhere if you're using Follow Up Boss and include that. Now, certainly other CRMs I think you could do the same thing. So if you're not using Follow Up Boss, I'm sure there's a way of doing it. And basically what that is that search link is already filled in for this person. And I just take that and I have a template set up. I'm going to show you how to set templates up also. Short list of homes. After you tell us, send that text. And that's that search link automatically put in there. It automatically puts their name. I'm going to show you how to do that also. And hit send. Next person, you hit the arrow up here. Okay. And template, short list of homes, hit send. And how quick is that, right? You can just go ahead. How quick is follow up when you do that? And you're providing value here because you're sending them homes. You're sending them their search in a text. A lot of times they don't open up their emails, and so that is really quick follow up. Now, granted, what you can also do with this person is you can set another template, and basically, I'm going to use my March push listings. Hey, here's a follow up text, right? And you can basically time that text, right, for tomorrow afternoon, and right, and I successfully now also done my follow up with that person the next day. So now, granted, if you're not familiar with those time texts, if they responded to the first text, that time text will get canceled automatically. So
Oh, I didn't know that. That happens automatically?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, I taught you something, Elena.
I don't really use quicker text. That's really cool.
Well, okay. And, we rip off and duplicate as realtors. So somebody taught me that also at some point down the tunnel. So, okay, so let's dive into number one. How do you create that custom field, right? So if you're in Follow Up Boss, you go to admin, basically, and then down to custom fields, and just hit add custom field. Now I already have this field. So this is search link. I call it search link. You can call it anything you like. I'm going to call it search link 1 because I already have one. I don't want to hide this if it's empty. I want to know that it is empty if I haven't filled it in. And I add that field. Always when you add a custom field, it goes all the way down to the bottom. So you drag that all the way. You see that those 8 dots in Follow Up Boss? It means that you can move that thing around. So there's the search link I just created. So if you want, then you can use that text template. You can create a text template. I'm going to show you how to create a text template really quick with that search link. So I'm just going to quickly say, here is the search link. So when you want to do this manually, right, you have that search link is actually search link 1. You know what? Actually, I think I have to refresh for it to appear. So give me 1 second. That text template. And it's always down at the bottom. Search link 1. There it is. See? And so that search link is right there. And whatever is in that field will automatically populate when you use this. You can share a template with everyone and hit save. That's the merge field that goes into it. But I'm going to show you how to do this automatically. So, now we have the custom field, right? And you're going to want to create some text templates that are like I just did. But you're going to want to do it for every day of the month. You say, wow, that's a lot of text templates, right? There's 31 different text templates there. And these are my March ones. Hey, contact me. I was curious, you had a chance to look at those. That's my follow-up one here. That's the one. Just found some great options for you. Check them out here. Custom search link. The reason I create one for every day of the month is because I don't want to have to go back during the month and look at when I'm following up, which text template did I send? That takes up too much time. You see me clicking through that follow-up pretty quick. If I had to look for which text template I sent, it would take me a lot longer. So if you create one for every day of the month, and today's the 21st, you would use number 21. Tomorrow's the 22nd, use number 22, and create new ones in ChatGPT, of course, for every day of the month. So let's go to ChatGPT really quick. And I've already done this, actually. And this is a prompt. And I think there's a chat here somewhere. Probably can put this in if I can.
It's in the bottom right corner.
Bottom right.
A little chat bubble.
Is there? Huh. Okay. Why don't I see that? Bottom right corner. He's taking notes. Da-da-da. Send a reaction. Raise hand. I don't see it.
Are you looking in the middle where you see like the leave call
Yep.
button stuff? So it's further on the right side of the screen.
I'm gonna maximize that screen.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
And that's why. Yep. Okay, so there, and that's my prompt actually for that. That's in the chat. I'm gonna move that back over. So if I go into ChatGPT, so as you see that I've just done this, but this prompt is write me 31 engaging real estate text templates with these custom fields that also include a call to action from Jim and Lori Hill Realtors. And you could say me, if you want to do it for each different month, maybe you say professional, use a different word here. And that way you get different results, right? And ChatGPT now will just create you one for every day of the month. And you just copy and paste those into Follow Up Boss, create a folder and number them. I think this, you pretty much get the picture here, but if you go to text templates and number them using 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, what happens there is you need the 0 in front of the single digits, otherwise 10 comes first. So number them 1 through 31, and you can just use them on that day of the month, right? So
Yeah,
you saw.
in the spirit of true R&D, can you stick that prompt in the chat as well?
I did.
He did.
I did, Tony. You want the new one, or you want? Oh,
No,
you want the
I
one?
got it. I have to roll. I've never used this before either, so I have to roll them.
Okay. Oh, good. Oh, good. So see
Question for you, Jim.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you change this every month? Like once the month is over, you rewrite these texts?
Yep, absolutely. Because I don't want to sound redundant. I don't want to sound like a robot. And you're just pushing listings on them. And it's their search. And I'm going to just show you kind of what my search, this is a YLOPO thing, right? So sorry about that, but whatever you're using, right? That happens to be a sunsetted lead. Let's do somebody more pertinent. Okay, so nurture active. George is very pertinent. And if I out of this YLOPO thing, I'm just copying their search. This search is, whether you use MLS, I got to repeat, whether you use MLS, whether you use Real Scout, whether you use Fellow, whatever you're using, you have a search mechanism and you have a search link somewhere, right? And this is the third price range, 50,000 to 600, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, square feet, minimum 1,500, all in Wake Forest, where I live, right? And, that link is just this link right here. And I've copied that into their search link right here. And so it's usable in any text template. It's usable in any email template. I also have email templates set up. If I don't have somebody's phone number, what am I doing? I'm emailing them push listings that way also. The beauty for that is in YLOPO, I can see if they've opened it, right? And I can see if they've clicked on it. So, and that's really it in a nutshell. It's pretty simple. Anything you think I missed, Elena? Is that pretty good?
Do you have like a set smart list of filters for how you're selecting exactly who you're sending these to?
Oh, sure. Well, I have, again, I'm not pushing YLOPO, but this is a YLOPO thing. My smart lists are, new people, right? Which are, anybody who's come to my site within the last 14 days, important people. These filters are, tags that YLOPO adds onto it. But typically, I'm working my hot, warm, and cold lists, where my ISA is, in order to, send these. So people who are going to transact within the next 3 months, I'm sending them once a week. Some people send them twice a week. Anybody who is a little bit further out, send them every other week. Cold people, just to stay in touch. What this does is it really looks like you're working and finding them homes, where really it's a really quick follow-up. And the key here too is you saw me send a text afterwards, timed text. That's a follow-up, but also make a call. The call is actually really easy because I texted you some homes. Did you get a chance to look at them, and what did you think? Are these the homes you're looking for? And yeah, I love the homes. I love that home at 123 Main Street. What did you love about it? And you'd end up having a conversation and finding things about a person to create a relationship, create a bond with them. Lori and I are very relationship based. So I don't know how you work your business. Everybody works their business differently. Some are very transactional. Either way, pushing listings on them and sending them listings shows you're working for them. And it's created a lot of engagement for me. One story that I share often, how push listings worked for me, was that I had a lead that came in. It was June of last year, July. And I talked to the guy really once. He goes, my mother-in-law just had a stroke. I'm looking for a house. I need a first floor bedroom somewhere in Fuquay Varina, about 2,000 square feet. Just start sending me some homes. He goes, I don't got much time. And I said, great, I'll send you homes. Literally for the next 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 3 months, right? I was pushing listings on him. I would call him. I would leave him a message, say, hey, let's set you some homes. They really didn't get a response. With my system, I can see that he's looking at homes. I think most of us can, whatever system you're using. Hey, he looked at homes. Very low response. Maybe I got a call where it's like, Jim, thanks for sending me homes. Keep on sending them. But about 3 months later, I got a call from him. He said, hey, can you show me these 3 homes today? And I was like, well, I'm not available till like 3:30. And I was like, okay. He's like, okay, I'll drive by the homes. Like, me and my wife will drive by the 3 homes. I get a call from him later on. He goes, meet me here, at 3:30, and let's take a look at this home, which I did. And we're walking. It's a 9-acre estate, $2 million, right? We're walking the estate, really beautiful. And he's like, Jim, he goes, I'm a really busy guy. Thank you so much for continuing to send me listings. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. You know how busy I am. He ended up buying that $2 million home. Okay. And all I did was push listings on him on a consistent basis. So,
Very nice.
yeah, it was very nice. So it's too easy, if you ask me,
Yeah. About how many text messages do you send a day?
My ISA probably sends way more than I do. That's what she's tasked with. So she sends literally, I reward over 1,500 text messages a month. So she gets, if the more text messages she sends, the better off that she does. So
All sent from Follow Boss.
Oh, sent for follow. Oh yeah, absolutely sent for follow us. So my SA has her own seat. So she sends it as everything's branded. Do not send a text message that is not branded with you. Name recognition is key. So she's like, hi Elena, this is June with Jim and Lori Hill Realtors. Found these homes, thought you might be interested in. Link. Are these the homes you're looking for? Have the best day. And always call to action. Always branded. Here's the thing is, we had Lori's, as a matter of fact, out with a client this afternoon who literally was talking to like 7 or 8 realtors all at the same time, had no idea who was who, right? So you want to get your name in front of them as often as possible, whether it's in a text, it's in an email, a phone call with a voicemail. It's I think it's key that your name recognition. I think some people use what's called an omni-channel approach, which is your name from all different directions so they know who you are. Tony, you had a question.
Yeah,
I love you, Tony.
You and Elena might be able to shed some light on. I'm struggling with this. Between my name and my company's long name and my team's long name, what, Elena, I know you probably have to deal with this with other folks, but in order to comply with the law, which means you have to identify yourself, what's the best way to do this? Because my company's name is Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Georgia Property. My team's name is Big Tent Realtors. That's a lot of verbiage. What do you think?
You want my advice, Tony?
Yeah, go ahead.
People do not transact with you because of your brokerage. People transact with you because of who you are. They're not buying your brokerage. They're buying you into you. So that's why, we could say Jim and Lori Hill with hillandhills.com, brokered by LPT Realty. No, it's Jim and Lori Hill Realtors. That's it.
All right.
Keep it
So
simple.
I understand that, but in Georgia, there's a law. When
Oh, is there? Okay.
as in, you have to identify your brokerage.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work for real estate team with Keller Williams Realty, and I know they had to identify themselves, but it might have just been needed in the initial messaging or in an email signature. But it might not be necessary for any time you're sending like a follow-up text message. So it might just be necessary for the initial text you send, but then for follow-up texts, because
Right.
you have evidence that you sent it in the initial message of that identification.
That might be the solution. I'll look into that because as long as I'm compliant with the law, I'll shorten this sucker.
Well, wouldn't also the virtual card do the same thing for you? Now, I don't know how many people are familiar with the V card that you can attach to a text message. And that V card right there is available right through my settings. And that's you edit the card details right here in Follow Up Boss. I made this into kind of a link tree for myself. It's got my YouTube channel, TikTok, LinkedIn, and then it's got our tagline, changing people's lives one home at a time. So what I do with that, if you're using the V card, it can, Hill and Hill is brokered by LPT Realty. It's all right there. And I don't send that in an initial text. What I do is, because I don't want a text template that has, hey, and here's my V card. So I would have text templates with V card, text templates without V card. So I just have text templates, and then I created a separate text template that is basically just really card.
Can the V card be a merge field?
No, it can't be. So I just have a separate one that is attached to my digital business card, Tony, so you can add it to your phone contacts easily. And then I send it as a second text. A couple things. I don't have to have separate text messages for that card. And also I get 2 dings on their phone. So
all right, I'm going to look into that because if we can get away with sending it one time and be compliant with the law, I'm good to go with that. Thanks.
Yeah. And when I do my initial texting, if I have a new lead come in, I'm always calling, I'm always leaving a voicemail. And in my voicemail, I'm always saying, this is Jim and Lori Hill Realtors, brokered by LPT Realty. Hey, thank you so much for visiting hillandhills.com. You created a search when you came to our website. I just wanted to have a quick 5-minute conversation to make sure I'm sending you the right homes. And blah, 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 my contact information, everything else. And then I send an opening text, which is, again, also a template, which is, hey, Elena, just left your voicemail. Here is a link to the search I mentioned. Are these the homes you're looking for? Text engagement is I think, key to everything. I mean, for myself, I'm an older generation. You may not know it. I don't. Some people say I don't look 63, but I'm 63. People my age, okay, like to communicate by email. It seems like everybody wants to email back and forth. People younger, my kids, my son, my daughter, don't want to talk on the phone, don't want to email. They would just want to text, right? So text messages get a lot more engagement. I can't speak enough for that. So
That's awesome. We have a question in the chat from Mike Panza. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your last name correctly. What time are the second text messages going out? I think it was scheduled for noon. Was that right?
Yeah, well, you can set it whatever time you like, actually. So here, let's look at a person, Lillian Lee. Let's get her a text message. Oh, boss occasionally doesn't like that. There we go. I'll put that in there. And so when you time this text, you can so I can schedule this time for it to tomorrow at whatever time I want, right? I just did it quick before. So I typically don't like to send a text before 9 a.m., but you can send it whatever time. So that help?
Have you ever done testing to see like when you get the highest response rate according to the time?
I have not. I'm not the stats person. Even as a previous engineer, I'm a seat of the pants guy, and just like what it works. I transact a lot, so I'm happy. I It's like after that, I'm plenty busy. So
Yeah. And then the follow-up question was like, how many days in a row are you sending a text? I think it depends on your smart list, right? Is like
it
how
does.
often you show up depending on their stage and their activity.
It does. People who, everybody who in my hot, warm, and cold, I've spoken to, right? So I'm not having any AI engage with them. I'm not even having my ISA call them. He can send a text to them, but I'm doing all the relationship portion of it. So, somebody who says, hey, I need to move my leases up in the end of April, they're moving right away. So they're hot. I'm texting them once or twice a week, right? Warm. Hey, my kids are going to be in school in September. I want to be in the Wake County School District by then. Yeah, they're still a little ways away, every other week, right? And then cold, I'm still a year away. I got to fix my credit, whatever the reason is. I just signed a lease. They're a year away. Then, they're getting it once a month just to keep my name in front of them, showing them houses. And some people will say, hey, listen, I can't buy a house yet. Don't send me any houses. And I will say to them, hey, it's really in your best interest to keep track of the market and home prices. So, just take a look at the homes. So when you go to buy a home, in 3 or 4 months, about what the price range is you're looking for. Stay on top of the market. So
I want to do something for fun real fast. If you're open to it, if not, just tell me. In the reporting section in FUB, you can see like the performance of your text messages. I'm curious if you can see just like last month, which text got the highest score.
My ISA has been sending most of those. I'm not sure if that's going to actually work for me. So here, hold on. Let's see. So reporting texts. Let's see if we can.
No, sorry, not reporting. It's actually directly in the text template page.
Yeah, it's in the text template page, but this is how reporting works. Text sent, internal sale. Oh, you want the text template page. So let me,
Yep.
I don't know if my ISA, hold on, internal. She created her February text templates and I do not have them here.
Oh, they're private to her.
Well, she didn't, I just switched ISAs. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Because I have it open in another window, I know. So let's see how that did. Text people admin text templates. Where are her? Oh, I say February text templates. Nope. This is her login. I do not have it. Interestingly enough, I don't know where her February text templates were. I say.
Huh. I wonder if they get moved after they're not used anymore or something.
Oh, here, hold on. She didn't call it what I call it. That's why. Okay, so here we go. That's her follow-up boss, right? So, and obviously she is pending. So where is she at? Wow, this isn't very good. So initial text message, 19%. So yeah, I really kind of get, she's been working, she hasn't been using this list. So my apologies. So.
Was worth a shot.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, well.
Well, I appreciate your time, Jim. We have 1 minute if anyone wanted a last question before we hopped off. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jim, for being so generous with your time. As usual, you're always very generous with your time and with what you're open and willing to share. So very insightful and helpful. It was recorded. Yep. Back with the,
thank you, Ryan.
It was recorded. So we will share the recording with everybody after it's posted into that Facebook group.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, everybody. Take care.